Figure it out.
Hello, this is Adam Koralik from Figured Out Productions. The following video is a video of some kind, and I hope you enjoy it.
Hey guys, it's Adam here, and welcome to PlayLoad. This is all my video game pickups for the month of February 2019. Not a particularly crazy month as far as like, you know, getting out and going to a whole bunch of things and getting a bunch of random pickups. This one, while I did do a little bit of that, most of this month was actually about coming to terms with the fact that my Gamers Club Unlocked membership at Best Buy is about to expire. If you're unfamiliar, for historical sake, Best Buy used to offer this program called Gamers Club Unlocked, and when you would sign up for it, you would pay $30 and it would cover you for 2 years. And what you would get is 20% off of every single video game. That's a pretty good deal. So that means a game comes out at 60 bucks, you're paying 48. So the membership would pay for itself pretty quickly. And of course I would use it a lot, and that's obviously why they're no longer doing it, is people used it too much and they were losing a ton of money, which is too bad, but hey, it's understandable. So my membership is about to expire at the time I make this, which here. But anyway, so I wanted to take advantage of it while it was still there. So I got a lot of stuff in that regard. And then just a couple other random things. But before we do that though, one thing to point out is I did do a little bit at the very end of January, so I didn't actually have time to include it in the previous PlayLoad. I went to a Ubisoft event for The Division 2, where I actually got this t-shirt that you're seeing, which is by 511, the military dudes. Cool shirt, although it probably doesn't show up all that well on camera. It's, you know, basically gray on gray, which is kind of a weird color pattern, but whatever. They also gave me this cool little pin for the game. There's my badge for the event, as well as just some, like, you know, paperwork, like posters, and like my mission, which came in like a manila folder thing, and you know, and then it has like agent activation information, which really is just like embargo information type of stuff. But hopefully you guys have checked out the beta and stuff of this game, and I quite liked it. But anyway, so yeah, that's that. So thank you to Ubisoft for that. But moving on, let's talk about the games I picked up, which again, almost entirely come from Best Buy. So some of this stuff is not stuff that I ever necessarily really would have pulled the trigger on, but I don't know, man, there's that pressure of like, it's on sale and it's 20% off while you still have this, you know. So you start to make dumb decisions. Well, this would be the first one. Disneyland Adventures for the Xbox One. This game was originally released on the Xbox 360, and I had it on that, and I kind of dug it, even though it was clearly made for kids. I just kind of liked the exploration aspect of it, but the whole Connect aspect really sucked. Even though, I mean, I made a whole series on that on Game Society Pimps, me voicing Mickey and Stitch. Do not watch it unless you're an adult. it's very vulgar, but we had fun with it in that regard, but it's not actually that great of a game. This version, as I understand it, actually uses the controller. Like, I played it with the controller, which kind of defeats the whole point of the whole, you know, Connect aspect. I don't even know if this game does work with the Xbox One Connect. I'm curious now. I hadn't even thought about it, but it should. It'd be weird if it didn't, but either way, it's also, you know, 4K enhanced and everything, which is really funny. This was like one of the first games to really take advantage of the Xbox One X. I don't know why, but yeah, so whatever. Decided to get it mostly just for the funny factor. I also picked up Doom. I know this has been out for a while now, but I actually played a lot of this on the Nintendo Switch. This version is much better, which was to be expected. You know, the visual quality of the game is going to be much better. But yeah, it's a fun game. Not an amazing first-person shooter or anything, but I enjoyed it, you know, or at least what I did of the Switch version. So I'm looking forward to kind of jumping back into it with the Xbox One. A game I did not enjoy was Quantum Break. I remember when this came out, I had to play a lot of this for capturing footage. And it was kind of brutal, because I think Angry Joe said it best, like, the cutscenes in this game are so ridiculously long that when you put your controller down to watch them, your controller will eventually just shut off because it takes that long. This was kind of a neat idea. It just didn't work in practice, which is they were trying to go for, like, they filmed a whole bunch of stuff and they wanted to have the cutscenes be like actual movie stuff, and there was going to be a lot of interaction between the cinema aspect of it and the gameplay aspect, and then, you know, the gameplay, what you decide to do will affect the cinema because there's different options. And in concept it was neat, but in the end it was just kind of a bland game, and the cutscene aspect of it was just way too long. So I didn't really enjoy it all that much, and I think that was kind of the common thread of it. Anyway, this was Best Buy clearance, so Couple other games, Lego Marvel Avengers. I love these games. All the Lego stuff. I mean, a lot of people think, oh, they're just for kids or whatever. Technically, yes, but they're really good. Like they're very good puzzle, action, adventure type of platforming games. Like they kind of have a little bit of everything. And obviously they're safe for kids. I mean, they're meant for that, but they don't let that fool you. They are actually fun games. Now, I'm sure a lot of you have played this type of game before, and if you've played one and you liked it, then generally you'll like all the rest because they're usually basically the same thing, just with different characters and environments and stories and that type of thing. And I'm a fan. I like those. So yeah, having the Lego Marvel Avengers is really cool. So I picked up a few more in that vein. The Lego Movie video game. At the time I make this, the Lego Movie 2 just came out, which I have not seen, although I've heard it wasn't particularly good. And I also heard it bombed, which is too bad. But yeah, this one I again haven't played it yet either, but I'm sure it's kind of fun. And then the one I actually am really the most looking forward to is Lego The Force Awakens. I don't know if they're going to do another one like this because they didn't do like a Lego Rogue One or a Lego Solo. I don't think there's any plans for Lego whatever Star Wars Episode 9 is. But if there is, that'd be cool to get that at some point. But cool thing about this one is that my buddy Matt Sloan voiced Darth Vader for it. So yeah, that's awesome. But yeah, another one of those Lego games. And the one that I actually spent the most time with here was this. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. Now I even wrote up a tweet about this, because I wanted to spawn, I guess I should say, some conversation about it. I know that this game has been out since 2017, so it's not like I'm bringing really anything new to the table here, but it's kind of new to me. I kind of agree with everybody's basic assessment of this game. It's a really cool game, just has almost nothing to do with Resident Evil. It was basically, you know, like a horror game it almost feels like a horror game someone else made, and Capcom went, that's pretty cool, let's put Resident Evil's name on it and call it a day. That's not literally what happened, but it does come off like that. There's very, very few references to previous Resident Evil content or lore. In fact, the only one I even noticed was at one point towards the end of the game. I was walking around in some house or something, and I saw this magazine, and it said you could press A and read a little bit of it, and it just mentioned that it had been 18 years since the Raccoon City incident. I didn't notice any references beyond that. I think there was some vague connection at the end of the game to something, but I don't really remember, to be honest. But the gameplay of this was cool. It was very different. The whole thing's first person. You're not meant to kill much of anything. You have to kind of hide from everything. But I really liked it. Though most people say that what you need to do is play this game on PS4 with PSVR, and then it's like, shit, your pants scary. That's probably true, but I don't have a VR set, and I don't really care to ever get one. So that said, I did enjoy this game, and I give it a plus because I feel like it's almost like the Link's adventure of the Resident Evil franchise, because you know, Link's Adventure was like the weird one out because it was the first sequel, and so it was different before they kind of figured out what the pattern or formula should have been. Now, obviously, this was different because it was the 7th game, and that's without all the spin-offs. But what I mean by that is it feels the most different to the traditional Resident Evil in a good way, because Link's Adventure, even though it's, you know, not the best Zelda game, is still pretty cool. And there are a lot of people that one's their favorite just because it's the most different. In a sense, I'm kind of saying the same thing. Because if you look at all the Resident Evil games, my all-time favorite is still Resident Evil 2. And I still really enjoy the traditional Resident Evils, you know, your 1, 2, 0, 3, Nemesis, Code Veronica. But 4, I have very mixed feelings on. I liked it and I didn't like it. 5, I didn't like at all. And 6, I fucking hated. I referred to that as Michael Bay the game. This one I liked, even though it really had nothing to do with anything traditional, if that makes any sense. So I enjoyed that, and yeah, I would recommend it if you're a fan of survival horror. That said, I know what everybody's thinking, where's Resident Evil 2 Remake? Don't actually have that one yet. That's gonna be a thing at some point, but for the moment, this was what I was doing Resident Evil-wise. Only 2 years behind, which is pretty good for me. Moving on, got a couple of Nintendo Switch games. This one is not one I actually particularly wanted, but it's Nintendo, so it's like, you gotta do it now while you can get some savings on it, because Nintendo stuff doesn't really go down. Pokken Tournament DX. Again, I had the Wii U version of this because Wii U collector or whatever. And I got this just kind of on a whim, just because, again, you know, Nintendo stuff doesn't usually go down. So do I really care? Not really, no, because I don't really like Pokemon stuff, but whatever, I got it. And the other one I got, I don't know why the hell I did this, Shaq Fu, A Legend Reborn. Better than the original. Still not a particularly good game or anything, but whatever, I did it. Let's move on. I got a stack of PS4 stuff. The first one actually doesn't come from Best Buy. This one was done under more unique circumstances. I got Kingdom Hearts 3. which is still sealed, actually. I haven't opened it yet. Now, what happened with this is when Kingdom Hearts 3 was first announced at E3, I want to say like 2015, 2016, whatever it was. It was a while ago. When it was first announced, maybe it was even 2014, I don't remember. It was a while ago. When it was first announced, I went to Amazon just to check a listing, and they had it for sale for $40 instead of $60, which was strange. So I decided to pre-order it because two reasons. One, when you pre-order stuff at Amazon, they don't charge you anything until they actually ship it. It's just kind of sitting there, like technically you're on the list to get it. And the other thing is Amazon has like a pre-order system in which if you pre-order, if they ever screw up and list it for too low, you don't suffer for that. You get it at the lowest price possible. So I did it and I just kept it there because it was only 40 bucks instead of 60. And I thought if I decide I don't want it later, I'll cancel it or whatever. Well, many years later, I completely forgot I'd ever done that, and so the thing showed up at my door, and then I was like, Amazon, what? And it just like the mouse on the wheel just had to spin for a second, and I was like, right, that was a thing. So I kind of, the reason I haven't opened it is I kind of would prefer to have it on Xbox One, but I haven't really thought, like, should I actually bother with, you know, returning it and paying full price? Is that stupid? It's probably stupid. So I haven't really made that decision. I'm probably going to keep it for PS4, like in all like probability. But yeah, either way, here it is. And then some other PS4 stuff I'm definitely keeping. I got Shadow of the Colossus, so it's cool. This was on sale for 20, and then you take off another 20%, so it was like 16 bucks. That's cool. I haven't played this one. I believe it's a complete remake. It's not like an HD version or anything, so that's pretty neat. I've always kind of wanted to play that game, and I have the PS3 like HD collection of it and Eco. So at some point, what I'd like to do is sit down and play that, and then play this, and just see what's what, you know. But some stuff I have actually dived into a little bit of is Yakuza stuff. Yakuza Kiwami 2. Now, the one I've played the most of these is Yakuza 0, and that's a fucking fun game. The Yakuza stuff in general is just like crazy. It's fun. It's really, really cool. A very cool series of PlayStation exclusives by Sega. These were on sale again at Best Buy. I forget exactly for what. They were basically clearance prices, and then you get 20% off the clearance. So I meant to get it a while ago, just never got around to it. But yeah, now I have it, and here it is. I actually have a press release version of this too. Sega actually gave me a press release disc. This is just the official like steelbook version, but yeah, cool. I also got Yakuza 6, The Song of Life. This is the art book edition. There is actually a really cool edition of this with like shot glasses and stuff, and that's the one I wanted. And Sega actually got me one, and then it got lost along the mail at some point, which is sad. But so I ended up getting this. The big special edition one though has never gone on sale. I've never seen it for sale. Like cheap, I should put it that way, like clearance price. That'd be nice. But this one was like super down there. We're talking like 10 bucks or whatever after all the discounts. So I was like, I'd be stupid to not get that. Fun game, played a little bit before, like a while ago. It's a cool game, so definitely on it. And then Fist of the North Star, Lost Paradise. Again, Best Buy had this on sale, 20% off on top of that. I just had to pull the trigger. Yeah, I haven't really played much of it. I know that franchise, and then I know that they used a lot from, I think it was the Yakuza engine to make this game, so it's like a weird almost crossover between franchises, but not really. Although I think they decided to actually do some sort of DLC or something that is going to cross them over, from my vague recollection of reading that on like Kotaku or something. But I could be wrong about that. Yeah, it's just, I like these releases. I think these are pretty cool. Yeah, so that's it. Fist of the North Star, Lost Paradise. And then finally, this was very random. This isn't a game, it was just something I was sent. I'm sure you guys, if you're watching my videos for a while, you know that I talk a lot about this thing called the M cable, which is this. So the M cable, I'm just gonna do a very short explanation here, is an HDMI cable that basically has an external graphics processor in it, so it can perform anti-aliasing on your games, and long story short, make your video games look better with just the simple plug and play of a cable, which is pretty nice. Anyway, so I've done videos on that stuff before, but Marseille Inc., who makes this thing, decided to send me the newest one. This is like, it's the same cable, but it's got some algorithmic changes to support different formats and do other things and blah, 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 blah. It's just a newer version, right? So that was cool of them to do. But yeah, I'm also going to actually be giving away some of these. So at the time I make this video should come out on the end of the month of February. There's gonna be a Shenmue fan meetup in Los Angeles where Corey Marshall, the voice of Rio, is gonna be, and you know, Shenmue. So at the event, I will actually be hosting the event. I'll be doing a live Q&A there, as well as a live stream of Shenmue. and you guys can come and check it out. If anybody's in the Los Angeles area, you want to meet me or Corey or anything like that, come on out. But cool, Sega actually gave me some of these, the guides, and I'm going to give some of those away at the event. Corey will autograph them for you, and Marseille actually is going to have some of these available, and we're going to give those away. And if you're thinking like, dude, what the hell? I'm not going to LA. I'm not from there. I'm not going to be around. Whatever. You're not entirely out of luck. We're going to put out a tweet on March 2nd that's talking about this, and if you like the tweet, follow me and follow Sega, follow Marseille Inc., whatever, and retweet, you'll be entered to win an M cable. And then the winner will get this shipped to them, so it doesn't matter if you're there or not. Point is, if you are there, you can get some stuff, and even if you're not going to be there, you can win an M cable potentially. So yeah, keep an eye out on March 2nd for a tweet about that. But other than that, I just want to say thanks to everybody at Ubisoft for this. Thanks to the guys at Marseille Inc. Thanks to Sega. Thank you guys very much for watching. Goodbye, my Gamers Club Unlocked membership. I'm going to miss you so much. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all later.